The Apple Watch 3 is not that much of an upgrade over the Apple Watch 2, which is no longer on sale, but it does have a faster processor and can tell how high you're getting. Hello, I'm Gareth Beeves for Tech Radar. I'm going to take you through all the new bits on the Apple Watch Series 3. So the first time you look at this watch, you'll think, well, this looks very similar to the Apple Watch 2, and you're right. It sits in the same frame, it has the same screen, and essentially very little is different. At the bottom of the device, it's about 2 bits of paper thicker because there's got more antenna in there because it has LTE connectivity, which means you can use this watch without a phone anywhere near you. Now, you can't do all the things with it, but the idea is that it is now standalone, and if you're going out exercising, you can still take calls, you can still use apps, and the idea is this thing's completely independent of the phone when you need it to be. Actually, there are 2 Apple Watch 3s just to make things a little bit more confusing. There's the LTE version, which is the most expensive, and there's the Apple Watch 2 replacement, which doesn't have LTE, still has GPS, and still has the fast Wizzy innards, which means that you can use this as a great exercise tracker. Now, that's a lot cheaper, and in our minds, that's the better version to go for. So the main way you can tell the difference between these 2 models is the red dot on the digital crown. If it's red, there's LTE. If it's not red, you've just got the GPS variant, and that's more the exercise-focused device. So the model we tested was the LTE connected version, and it's hard to say it's worth the money really, because you're spending an extra £5 or dollars per month at least just to get your data onto a different device. You don't get more data, you just have to pay to transport it over to your wrist. Now, what that gives you is the ability to take calls when you're on the go. However, the rest of it didn't really seem to add that much. Not all of the apps can work in standalone mode, which means you're not getting all the updates you'd get if the phone is connected to your watch. So with that in mind, it didn't really feel like it was fully worth the money. So if you're going to go for a version, the GPS only one does make a lot of sense if you're not going to be taking calls when you're on the go, and it is quite nice to be disconnected once in a while. One of the key differences is jumping between apps. A quick tap on the dock button will get you from one to the other, and this is a really slick way of doing things. Apple solved the fact that this was pulling down too much battery drain, and you are getting a much longer battery life and improved functionality as a result. One of the key things watchOS 4 also brings is improved heart rate monitoring. Now, there's already the monitor on there as a hardware device, but what it does is give you more information about it. So it's not just how many beats you're doing per minute, it's how tired you're getting, whether when you're walking, your heart rate increases, how well you're exercising, your resting heart rate, basically telling you all about your fitness. Plus, there's also this feature where it can tell if at rest your heart rate's going too high, and it can alert you to say, hey, there's something going on with your health, that might be something to look into. That's already had an effect on one person so far who said it saved their life because it gave them an idea that their heart rate was going too high. They got to hospital and there was indeed an issue. So a good move from Apple, and one that's worth turning on just to be safe. So one of the key features of the Apple Watch Series 3 is the fact that it will learn what you're doing over the course of the day and give you good prompts for fitness tracking. So if you're more active in the morning, that's when it will tell you to start walking around and getting your step count up. If it's in the evening, it'll do the same then. That makes it a really useful fitness tracker. When it comes to out and out fitness and exercise, again, the Apple Watch Series 3 has taken a step forward. The GPS accuracy is pretty good. The workouts app has been improved, so you can do things like jump from one different set of exercises to another. So if you're a triathlete, that's a really useful feature. And overall, it just felt a little bit more slick and had good information ready for you to view. Now, the downside is that information is still locked into the Apple ecosystem. So if you're a user of Strava, for instance, you can't bring that up. You have to use a dedicated app which isn't as fully featured. But this might change in the future, so fingers crossed that will come aboard. One of the things that we found with the Apple Watch Series 3 as an upgrade is the battery life. Now, that's obviously to do with the improved chipset and watchOS 4 software being a little bit more streamlined, and it meant that instead of getting maybe a day, we got easily 2 days if we didn't use the GPS for any exercise or nonsense like that. However, if you do use this watch in standalone mode using LTE, that does drain the battery a lot faster, as you could imagine. You'll generally get just about a day in the same usage situations, and obviously not getting all the app updates that you might want. So what do we think of the Apple Watch Series 3? Well, it's actually just one of the best smartwatches on the market, and we're sad that you can't use it outside of the Apple ecosystem. The screen is clear and bright, the design is becoming iconic from Apple, and everything just really fits together. watchOS 4 really knits the whole package in a nice way that makes you feel like you're getting a good fitness tracker, exercise buddy, and screen-based notifications for your wrist. Is it too expensive? For the LTE version, yes, but the GPS only is cheaper than the Apple Watch Series 2 was when it came out last year, and we think that's really good to have that option to go for. So if you don't need LTE connectivity, as in you don't want phone calls on the go, then just go for the cheaper GPS only version. It's got all the great functionality, such as the great processor inside, the altimeter to tell how high you're getting, but you're not getting bothered on the go. Essentially, watchOS 4 is the main star of the show here, and it's nicely married with some good hardware, so if you need a new Apple Watch, the Apple Watch Series 3 is the one to go for, but the slightly cheaper version. So hopefully you've enjoyed me telling you all about the Apple Watch Series 3, but I've written it down as well and gone a lot more in-depth. So head over to techradar.com to check out my full in-depth review of the Apple Watch Series 3, and have a nose around. There's other good videos there too. We like bringing you content. Thank you very much for watching as ever, and we'll see you again very soon.